right, you may or may not be a wrestling fan and watch my channel. That's besides the point. I want to talk wrestling here because last night, WWE did something that I think was the biggest mistake of probably the Triple H era of running things and probably the last 15, 20 years. This is a huge mistake. They are on the highest of highs. And for them to go this route, for them to do what they're doing here, it's a huge mistake. And it's all because it's The Rock. Let's take a look here. Look, Snyder Cut fan, he and I have issues on X, whatever it is. But he is dead on about this. He says, I'll happily admit when Cody left WWE, I was not exactly disappointed. I never thought he'd be a main event level talent. And that was a few years ago. I think it was, 2016, 2017? Cody left the WWE, started AEW. He wasn't anything huge when it came to the WWE. He had the Rhodes name. He was Dusty Rhodes' kid. But during that time that he was gone, he built himself a huge name. He's the Nightmare. He's huge now. When he came back to WWE just a couple years ago, things were different with him. When he became, as he says here, he became a main event talent. He came back and you could see it all just last night. Everything that he worked for, everything that he's been working for 2 years began to slip away just in this moment. Cody got screwed. Absolutely. For those of you who are not aware, Cody Rhodes for the last 2 years has been working his way to winning the WWE title. It's now the Universal title. They combined the WWE and the Universal title together. So it is now the Universal title. Roman Reigns has held it for, 1900 days, 1800 days, something stupid. Roman Reigns' story is... It's truly kind of died off, and it's really bad at this point in time. But for the last 2 years, Cody has been working his way to get there, specifically more so over the last year, when last year he won the Royal Rumble, went to Mania, thought he was going to dethrone Roman Reigns, but in typical WWE fashion, it doesn't go the way you think. He gets screwed over, he loses the match to Roman Reigns, and for this past year, Cody has been working his way back up the ladder, beating Brock Lesnar, Shinsuke Nakamura, and so many others, to find his way back into beating Roman Reigns. John Roca on X goes, wow, that is not the fan reaction you want when you're trying to book a Night 2 main event for WrestleMania. And what he's talking about here is WrestleOps posted on Twitter, this was 11 hours ago from me recording this, The Rock and Roman Reigns segment for SmackDown tonight has over 50% more dislikes than likes on YouTube. That is showing that the fans don't want this. A lot of people will sit there and point to the crowd that is in the arena and how they were freaking out. First off, when you hear The Rock's theme music play, it doesn't matter who you are, you're going to get excited because The Rock is there. That's amazing. But the fans are there. There's an electricity in that room. Of course they're going to be excited seeing The Rock and Roman Reigns in a ring. But when you sit back and you begin and start to take a look and think about the journey, the story, the storylines that have been going on for the last year, 2 years, this is terrible storytelling by the WWE. John Roca continues, they might course correct here without admitting they effed up, of course, and possibly make the changes they need to make here. We'll see. The WWE can be quite stubborn. And he's very, very right there. WWE is known for, once they get going in a direction that they want to go, they very rarely change course unless they absolutely have to due to injury or something like that. Which a lot of people are suspecting that this is due to CM Punk's injury. I kind of disagree. I do think that CM Punk's injury kind of put through a wrench and everything. I don't think Cody would have stood up pointing at Roman Reigns at the end of the Royal Rumble if he knew that this was going to be the outcome. So I think that there was an audible call at the Royal Rumble to have Cody win instead of Punk. Therefore, Cody he ad-libbed. He did what he thought was right, only to turn around and creative tell him, like, nope, sorry, you're not facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. We're going to do something else because The Rock. Look, The Rock was gassed walking up to the ring here. He was gassed a few weeks ago whenever he went and had, 6 blows with Jinder Mahal. He's not fit to wrestle right now. Yeah, he's physically fit. He's a bulky guy. He's swole, but he doesn't wrestle on a regular basis. He doesn't practice in a ring all the time. He's a lazy actor. Yes, I said it. He's a lazy actor. He sits in the gym. It's very different exercising in a gym and then getting out there and running rope to rope and fighting for a 10, 15, 20, 30-minute match. I don't think this is going to be the match that everybody thinks it is, if they end up going with it. And this is just a few of the remarks that you're seeing on social media. Humble Wrestling goes, it just sucks, man, to slap in the face of everybody that got invested in Cody's story for 2 years. Slap in the face of the hopes that we had him doing it in the main event of WrestleMania. Why would we invest in your baby faces if you give them the biggest, and he goes on, the biggest possible end game, if you can't give them the biggest possible end game? It's crazy. You have pro wrestling at WrestleMania 39. Cody Rhodes lost his world title match in front of his family with his momentum at an all-time high. A year later, after rebuilding his momentum and winning back the Royal Rumble match, back-to-back Royal Rumble matches, he gives up his WrestleMania 40 spot to The Rock. And that's another thing. Rumor has it that he just gave up his spot. It's not like he's going to challenge Seth Rollins now. No, he gave up his spot to The Rock. So Seth still doesn't have an opponent, which will maybe be decided at Elimination Chamber. But with that said, with all of this going on, Cody says he wants that title. He's still going to go after Roman. Why not do it on the biggest stage? Who would do that? Who would step back? Realistically, we know that this is the story. This is creative. This is Triple H's one, just because, The Rock is willing to come back and wrestle Roman Reigns. But let's think about it. Let's look at the story of Roman Reigns. He started to see the bloodline fall apart. We saw it with Jay, and Jay left. But since then, things have kind of calmed down with the bloodline. The story that they've been telling with the bloodline doesn't really mean anything. The Rock coming in doesn't really mean anything. I think it would have been better to have The Rock face off against the losing Roman Reigns. To be like, you've lost it all. You're losing it all. And then he loses against The Rock, losing the head of the table status. And him spiraling out of control. That would make so much more sense. That would be more intriguing storytelling. But what do I know? This is the thing. People see The Rock's name. People think The Rock is this massive, mega, super draw to WWE. He's not. We have these great stars in the WWE right now. Cody Rhodes is the face of the WWE right now. There's nobody bigger than him in the WWE right now. Don't give me Roman Reigns crap. Don't give me LA Knight. Don't give me Seth Rollins. No, Cody is huge. He gets the biggest pop night in, night out when his theme music goes off. I don't understand this. Now, then again, people say that there could be a big change. They could change on that. Now, quickly, Cultaholic Wrestling on YouTube put up a poll. 34,000 people have voted on this poll. Who should Roman Reigns face at WrestleMania 40? 34,000 people, 83% say Cody Rhodes, and only 17 say The Rock. I think that's pretty telling. I think that is very telling, actually. This is not the right move by WWE. This is a terrible move by WWE. By all accounts. There's not a smart move here at all. Nobody wins this. Nobody does. It's terrible. But let's just say, they twist it all around, and The Rock becomes instead of him facing off against Roman, they make it where The Rock is a special referee for Cody versus Roman, so Cody can level the playing field so there's no cheating or shenanigans that go on. Okay, that's one way to get to that. Or let's say Cody finds a way to face Roman at Elimination Chamber. Even though Roman is not slated to be at Elimination Chamber, let's say that they had to adjust and they convince Roman to go to Elimination Chamber and Cody goes there and defeats him. Sure, okay. But it's such a cheap way that he wins back-to-back Rumbles and then his Rumble win is thrown away and given to an old aging Rock who is gassed walking to the ring. I'm sorry, I just don't buy it. Not taking away anything Rock did 20, 30 years ago in WWE. I mean, what he did back then was fantastic. But this isn't his WWE anymore. This isn't his industry. This is not for him. But it's always made about him when he shows up. That's the difference between him and Cena. When Cena comes in, he's not coming in for himself. He's coming in to help boost up the younger people, the younger talent. That's what he does. The Rock is the complete opposite. And it's pathetic. It's terrible. I think the WWE is making a huge mistake if they continue pushing in this direction for WrestleMania 40. Maybe they change. Maybe they see all this. You know, they love good PR. They hate bad PR. Maybe they see this as bad PR and they course correct, but maybe they won't. I don't know, let me know your thoughts on this whole thing. I think it's terrible. I think it's stupid. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe. I may do some more wrestling talk here and there. This one, though, I just had to discuss. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. With all that said, I'll catch you all later.